The Williams and Price family say they wanted something positive to come out of their tragedy.
Like so many other people suffered the same way, and to be able to like get counseling when you don't have any, that resources available.
I did it for me.
This is definitely.
I did it for us. I did it for love, baby. Please believe.
Real one.
Just stand by me. That's all I need.
That's all I need.
Just stand beside me.
Stand beside me.
And share this dream.
Let's dream together.
I did it for you. I did it for me. I did it for us. I did it for love, baby. Please believe.
Please believe that shit.
Just stand by me. That's all I need. Just stand beside me.
Stand beside me.
And share this dream.
When we ran away, I was in the Sounders. I was in the Sounders, and we ran away. So everybody knew that. Everybody knew we ran away. Me and Duck and the other homies. You know, we was ended up in Mexico and shit, man, having fun. We had to be like, man, about 14 years old, and we ran away from home and shit, man, and hooked up and shit, man, and so everybody in the Saunders and Miss Skinner, they was like, oh man, these guys, man, Duck them, and it was calling me Lil Ace then. And Lil Ace, he just done, man, I don't know, man, he's going the wrong way.
We would have so much dope, weed and stuff, we wouldn't even go to school, we'd just go to other people's houses, especially Green, over by your house.
Casey house too.
Back, yeah, house parties, you know what I'm saying, instead of going to school.
We used to be over there smoking Sherman shit, man, little in the motherfucker, man.
Big fight one day in the middle of the projects in Park Village. Everybody went to jail. You know, the Panthers never came home. They just started continuing on and on.
Yeah. And then you know what? Who was the new Panthers? You know who had the new Panther, like, we was, and we didn't even know it. Because the next one's up after J. Edgar Hoover pulled that bullshit was us.
Yeah, it was really like that.
We was already like that and didn't know it on the street. We was running around 13, 14 years old, run away from home. But we had a certain type of mentality, man. Like, you couldn't break us. And that's why they couldn't break us once we got in. The average youngster would have been going in at that time, 25 years to life. He'd be getting fucked in his booty. And the candy bars being thrown in his bed and all that. Well, that's some old shit. People say that, but that's a myth. But anyway, but it ain't a myth, but it is.
It did happen. Yeah.
But look, man, the average youngster would have came in there at his age and my age, man. Come on. This shit just ain't my luck.
Yeah. And that's what I love about Dodisi with Renzo Benton.
Oh my God.
That's how he was on a whole nother level. When we went to Quentin,
Yeah, he
was naming us, giving us African names.
He was up there.
He was organizing even the Bloods organizational structure. He was like, we were studying. We hooked up with a lot of people from the Bay. The Bay is really rich as far as contests and pushing the line for all black people.
They always been like that, though.
It's town business.
But you know what? The legacy, Dodisi.
Yeah.
Well, we all know him from like LB, Lorenzo Bennett on Blood Gang. He's like a forefather of Piru, looters, this Piru thing in Compton, but he fell like, what, 72 or something. And allegedly, they allege that he was like the trigger man that killed the Crip Salty out here in the 70s. This is before y'all time. Y'all couldn't even be hollering no shit before this. All you youngsters, you want to be rappers, you want to be Crips, you want to be Bloods. You don't even know this. This is real history. That you couldn't even be standing on a platform rapping without this shit, man.
NWA couldn't even be without this shit. This before that shit. Before rap. Before fucking rap. So what that let you know? What the fuck can you tell me? Long story short, they gave Lorenzo Bennett, LB, life. And he went in there and he transformed himself very quickly. And his name became DC. He became a revolutionary. And right today, he's still locked up. Right to 2017, he's still locked up. He been locked up longer than him, longer than me. He been locked up longer than anybody. DC, Lorenzo Bennett, LB, forefather, Piru, Ludus Park now. Google that shit. Now check this out though. When I was in San Quentin North Block, I was on the yard with DC. I talked to him. He was going on visits. I said, who come to visit you? You know what he told me? Terry Carter. Terry Carter was coming to visit the homie all this time. Probably up until the time. Y'all know about the famous Tam stuff. Suge posted around the homeboy over Terry Carter and all that bullshit. Terry Carter, rest in peace. Much love, blood. You know, we went over there and seen you. Me, FASE, Big Face 100. About 4 years ago. Went to your office in Inglewood. Come on. Went to your office in Inglewood. Come on, man. You know, we're talking about some business stuff. Terry Carter, good man, businessman, on a whole nother level.
Yeah, you got that old money, not that new
old money.
No crack.
Know the numbers. Mama worked in the bank, taught him the game. He worked in banks. Come on. Had the car lot in the early 80s. Come on, man. When people was trying to be big high rollers. Come on, all that, man. Come on, Terry Carter. West Side. Come on, dude. Off the West Side. Off the West Side. You know, man, this shit is so deep. I'm about to get emotional. This shit is deep, man. It just don't stop. It's a deep story. And we ain't even brought y'all the whole thing. This just a grain of salt cut out this shit with me, my life. And he ain't got this life story cause there's some shit I ain't seen that I kind of know about when he went on that 25-year journey. I couldn't be with him every step of his way. That's a whole nother thing, man. This shit'll never stop.
It's been a long journey.
This shit been long, man. And you wonder, sometimes I look back, I just know we did it. We got the same, it's just something about that era we came out of. We just did that shit, man. We went up in that penitentiary and we did it, man. Lil Jeff, him, me, all of us. Doc DC, come on, Stanley Pitts, come on, they was before us. Carlos, come on, man. We just went in there and just, man, you don't think, you do what you gotta do to stay alive in that bitch, man. And ain't nobody trying to roll out that bitch in no box. And that's what we did, man. And that's why I understand him. I already knew what he was doing. I said, oh my name, he ain't going out.
And I discharged parole after 32 years, 2 years ago. So I was able to get my passport, vote. I've been outside of LA County. You know what I'm saying? I've been to DC, Phoenix, Arizona, even went to the Bahamas. You know what I'm saying? And I went to Florida, West Keys, the Keys West, and I was out in the water on these jet skis, and I was on a tour, and going around by Cuba. I was so close to Cuba, I was like thinking,
it's
like,
right
where
here.
am I at? Yeah, like where am I at?
The shit is just right here.
And the tour guide said you're in the Gulf.
It's a small world, man.
And he said you're in the both waters, and I was like, I was flashing back to I was in prison like 2 years from there, and then here I am.
World, man.
I'm in the ocean somewhere where I only thought about in school in geography.
Small world, man.
You know,
it's a small world, man. We got to look.
Yeah.
Look, this shit. Look, let me tell you. You got to be able to try something new.
Yeah.
This is gonna be an interesting story. I don't want to give it to you right now, all at once. But we both got same journey, but a different journey because we do stuff. He's a big part of this story. That's my boy Nate. My best friends, man. I love him. I trust him with everything, man. Because I know the man. This is going to be an interesting story. Netflix, The Last Dance, autobiography, documentary on Piru Bloods. We got to give it to you like you had never got it before, man. And we ain't even, come on, man. We ain't giving it to you, man.
Question just to start. I wonder, in watching that film, what you think about there's a number of times when the warden or the narrator or somebody talks about there's a sense of the futility of solitary confinement and how damaging it is on the one hand, but the sense that there's nothing else we can do, right? That we have to have some form of punishment within the prison, and they can't think of anything else to do. And I wonder what you think about that sort of inevitability, like there's no choice, and whether you think there's any truth to that, or what you think about that.
I don't think it's truth to that. I think it comes down to the custody, which is the officers, and the free staff, the mental health. The mental health, they want to do a whole lot, but they can't do it because you got a line that the custody staff, no, we don't want them to have that because it might hurt themselves. How do you know that he's going to hurt you? You're supposed to watch him. If he do, take it away. Or don't punish everybody because they're one individual. That's all. But it's a lot of things, a lot of doctors, like one doctor that was close to me. I do a lot of woodwork. I make jewelry boxes and chessboard. He came to the hobby shop to buy one of the crafts I made, and he was talking about, he said, have you ever thought about a model to help you get through this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, me and my wife created, he was a psychiatrist, he said, me and my wife created a model. It's called Facts, Feelings, and Meaning. The fact is, I want you to stay in your head constantly, and if something happened, ask yourself, whose drama is it, yours or is it theirs? And he taught us that, like if I'm in my head and you get up and bump into me, I'm gonna say, whose drama is it? It's your drama because you bumped into me. The fact is, the fact you bumped into me, there's a feeling and there's meaning behind it, right? But in prison, we always tough. So even if somebody bumped into us accidentally, I'm gonna say, MF, you bumped into them, or whatever, it's gonna be negative, whatever I say. And you're gonna react back negative. He was saying, what if you was just say, like, excuse me, or hey. That changes the fact and the meaning. It changes how you're gonna react to me. You're gonna say, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. I didn't get a letter yesterday. This officer just pissed me off. I didn't know I bumped into you, I'm sorry. Right, that changes. He taught us that, and he also taught us how to understand the cause factors of our case. I'm talking about lifers, people that's been gone for long times, for serious violent crimes. The mental health would not help us unless we were like those guys crazy. We could not go and say, hey, can I have some medication because I can't sleep, or I'm hearing things, or they would not help us unless we was in some type of, if we cut ourselves, then they would help us, or if we go crazy and get on the medication, they would help us. And this one doctor was like helping us. It was against the rules. And I was the men advisory chairman. I was like the president of the inmates, and there was a warden. I said, whatever problems the inmates had, I would take it to the warden. Whatever the warden wanted me to relate to the inmate that was changing, I wanted to bring it back to them. So I had officers didn't like me, I had inmates didn't like me. And I didn't know what was true, but I felt it was true. So this doctor, I was like, you know what, you need to start this class. So I went to the ward, and they allowed us to have this class. And this man taught lifers, people that was so into mass and being tough, they didn't want to talk antisocial, that they was able to come out and like want to come home. And I spoke about this at the survivors meeting. It's an annual event in Sacramento. It's called Survivors of Violent Crime, something like that. They meet at the state capitol, and I was speaking, and the head of CDC mental health heard me speak about this doctor. She said, I want you to come to Sacramento. I'm gonna invite every head, every chief of every mental health in prison, and bring them all here. I want you to say exactly what you said. I said, what? Because I also said that when I went back to the job, because I was a clerk, some of the other doctors were saying, why are you helping them? They're never coming home. Okay, when you're a doctor, you're supposed to take an oath or whatever, but you're supposed to treat everybody, not just certain people. Right? She said, I want you to say that. And she invited all of them to come, and I said that. And out of that, all of the other prison staff wanted me to come speak to their prisons and speak to the staff as well as the inmates. So, I hope I answered.
You did, actually. Thank you.
So we've got a bunch of budding architects here. They're
Brown down.
They're very optimistic. They're very little piss and vinegar, ready to devote time to study this, make suggestions. We want them to be